Welcome back, guys. I am Chloe.
And I'm Sophie.
And this is the Pillow Pod. And today we are joined with Sarah from Sarah Van Dort Styling.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So Sarah is a award-winning personal stylist, image consultant, and networking host. And just queen of all queens, to be honest with you.
She knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff. Right, let's get this going. I'm so excited to have you on here. We all have chronic ADHD, so we're like fighting each other to like quickly get a sentence. So if everyone here is just overlapping, like we're doing our best. So tell us about your journey into the fashion and styling industry.
Okay, well, I came up of an unusual route. So I started off I really started my career in being a secretary, office management, PA. That's the career path most people my sort of age took. But always wanted to do something in the beauty or fashion or style. It was always the passion that I had. So 10 years ago now, I started my styling business. I started it initially doing my office management job as well.
Okay.
Because actually, it's when you're earning quite good money, we know it's quite scary giving that up to go and start on your own. So I came into it gently, and then I went into it full time and haven't looked back since. So yeah, that's a bit of an unusual route. And yeah, that's how I did it.
Love that.
Sorry, I was just like,
we were both there like...
I was like, I'm so just immediately inspired. Like, why do we even try? Because she's so incredible. Anyway, why is personal style important from a business perspective, would you say?
Yeah, so what's really, really important is to align with your brand, align with who you're trying to sell to. Let's face it, we're all trying to sell something, otherwise you're not really in business. And so you need to show yourself. I know that with networking, etc., you need to build the know, like, trust factor with anybody for them to work with you. So your appearance is actually the bulk of how people make their first impression of you. When they make a first impression, it's only 7% of that is the words that you use that gives that first impression. The rest of it is the way you look, it's the way you present the words, it's your accent, it's everything else. So if you don't give the impression that you want to, people will make their own impression of you. So you have to dress to attract. And the way you hold yourself, if you're dressed in a way that you feel good, you're going to hold yourself differently. And so that's why in every walk of life, whether you work for yourself or whether you work for another business, maybe you are on a career path, you need to be dressing for the job you want. We've probably heard that before. But it's vital that you dress congruently with the job you're after or for your business growth.
I just think it's so fascinating though.
Because,
Yeah,
100%.
Like, we mentioned before on Terry Josh's episode that we did a collaboration shoot. Sarah was also there for the collab and was slaying it on the behind the scenes. Put me to shame, to be honest. I was like, Sarah, my jaw's on the floor with this footage. And
It was
I
good.
loved how you just jumped in when you're like, let me fix this. And the way we had that issue, I was for my own Chloe Dana studio shoot, I had an all black suit on. And she was like, darling, it's just suffocating you. And suddenly she's pulled out my white shirt and you transformed me with one item of clothing.
And it doesn't need to be expensive. So when I work with my clients, very often I think it's really important that I do a wardrobe edit at the same time. And they will see a wardrobe just with some items in it. What I will do is go along and make them into outfits. So you can take a few items and make them into numerous amount of outfits, and then just add in a few bits that will then make it even more flexible. We don't want to have, these are my work clothes, these are my going out clothes, these are my day clothes. We want to have a wardrobe that blends with each other. I'm not really into capsule wardrobes because I like a big wardrobe, but I do believe in that your big wardrobe, you need some really good basics.
What's a capsule wardrobe?
Okay, so people say you need 3 skirts and 2 pairs of trousers and 3 tops and a jumper that will all mix and match. I agree that you do need, so the way I hang my wardrobe is at one end is the things that I wear all the time. And then I know that I don't have to worry too much. So I can get up, like this dress has made its way into I wear it all the time. I have my jackets. This dress will go with about 6 or 7 different jackets. I can put it with a leather jacket and boots, and I've got a dressed down look. I could put it with, a blazer, and I've got a really businessy look. I can put it with all sorts of different jackets. I could put it with a black velvet jacket, and I've got a going out party look. So, and changing accessories. So it's about, you can have some things in your wardrobe that you wear more. I'm not going to say you haven't worn that for 2 years. It needs to go, because you might not have been to an event that it was correct for, but next month you might be asked to go. I believe that everybody should have something in their wardrobe for any event or occasion that might come up. So if I got asked to go to the races tomorrow, I could wear this outfit, but just with different accessories. If I got asked to go to a wedding tomorrow, I could. If I went to networking, if I was asked to come on a podcast, I would have something in my wardrobe for absolutely any event, but it could be the same thing, but just swapped around a little bit.
Do you have like certain pieces that you swear by that everyone should have in their wardrobe?
Yeah, a blazer or a jacket.
Okay.
Because then if you've got a pair, you can instantly... I was shopping with a client last week, so she was really good. She, at home, wearing a jumper and jeans and trainers. She was really comfortable in that. But she also had quite a nice sort of glam going out wardrobe. She's starting a business, and she didn't have any of that in between.
Yeah.
So we did some things, like we literally changed her trainers for some boots. She had knee-high boots with her jeans, looked amazing. We changed her big puffer coat for a blazer. We changed her rucksack for a nice handbag. Instantly, the same outfit, but we've elevated it.
It's like Devil Wears Prada when they revamp Anne Hathaway.
I know. And
tell me you
love
love that movie.
I love that movie.
Have you seen it on stage?
I haven't yet.
Okay, that's fight the ADHD. It's in theatre now.
It's in the theatre.
But we're going to go down. We're going to go down a road.
On tour.
Exactly.
Yes.
That. But I still want my clients to feel comfortable and feel like them. So where she was wearing, say, jeans, trainers and a jumper, we did some shopping. We bought a few really good basics. The satin skirts that are quite really everywhere in every colour. We bought a black one and we bought a sort of a berry one. So she could still wear that same jumper that she was wearing that she was really comfortable in. But instead of trainers and jeans, she had the berry skirt and a pair of boots. So she still really felt like herself. But she was elevated and she could have gone anywhere in that look.
Do you believe in the concept of finding your signature style?
Completely. So it's really important to find your style personality. That's really where the magic happens. So there are 6 main style personalities. I actually am a classic dramatic. So I actually look at me. I'm in quite a classic style. I think Chanel. But actually the jacket's Zara and the dress is Simply Be. Actually, I think it's really nothing flash. My shoes are pre-loved, Bimbery Lola. So again, I love a bit of pre-loved. This is pre-loved as well. So you can mix all of that together. But I love the colour. So if I was, a classic, say natural, I would just be maybe in beiges or neutral colours. And by the way, beige is not the only neutral colour. There are hundreds of neutral colours. So it's really important to find your style personality, and then it just makes your decisions easy. You won't have things hanging in your wardrobe that, you think, it looks okay on me, it fits me, does the bum look big? I like the colour, but I don't like it. And it's probably because it's just not in your style. So you might be a natural and it's florals and lace and things like that.
Do you find it hard not sort of pushing your own personal style on your clients? Because I feel like that's a lot. I feel like if I was to get a stylist, I'd be worried about...
You've covered me in chains.
That would be so funny.
Trying to hide the boobs, mate.
Yeah, no, I do. But you know what? I think a lot of people, we know in business, people work with people. So I do attract people, that look at me and quite like my style.
Yeah.
However, I work with all sorts of people, they may be a creative. So one of the style personalities is a creative, likes to mix and not match. So they might be wearing the same dress, but they'd have a black leather jacket and DMs and, some funky bag or something along those lines. So, it's very much, I find the differences and what's unique about my client. 80% of people probably that come to me are naturals, which is great, but usually it's very lifestyle led. So they've got children they're running around after, or, they've just fallen into working at home. So we look at what's special about them, and then we'll develop that. So maybe they are a creative actually, but they don't want to be wearing high shoes like this. They want to be wearing their DMs because they're comfortable. So we look at what is unique about them, and then we develop that side of them within still being natural if they still need to run around for school runs or things like that.
That's so fascinating because like I always felt like more aware of it, because obviously we've worked on multiple projects with like my clients and the shopping centre. And whenever you were with me, I was always wearing black. I was wearing the same black jumpsuit every time. I was like, Sarah's going to actually really call me out on this. And then it actually made me think like, okay. And then I made more of an effort, like another time we went out for coffee or something. And I kind of like put some jeans on and a shirt and a belt. And I went, I'm going to see if she says anything. And you went, you in that belt? My jaw's on the floor. And I went, okay. She's like, finally, I see this waist.
Well, that's the other thing. So one of the biggest things I talk about is your body shape. And body shape is, everybody gets really hung up on their body shape. But all it is shoulder to hip ratio. And if you go in or out at the waist, that is all body shape is really. Whether you straight down, whether you go in at the waist, or whether you go out at the waist. And that judges where I'm going to fit your clothes. Right. But the other thing, the really important thing is proportions. So you might be 5'2" and your friend is 5'2", and you go and try something on and you're like, but we're the same size and we're the same height. Why is that looking great on her and it's not looking great on me? It's because her waist might be up here, your waist might be down there, she might have long legs, you might have short legs. There are so many different proportional issues that you really need to think about, whether you're high or low waisted. The rise is from the pelvic bone to the waist, and then from your body, whether your body is longer than your legs. All of that helps me show you exactly how to dress. I had a client a few weeks ago, and she said I always ask people what they do and don't like about themselves. I don't really want them to dwell on that, but I need to know what it is about them. So she's like, I've got stumpy legs, I've got this. And I'm like, okay. So she was wearing these trousers that really cut off her legs and started here. I put her in some nice black jeans with some black boots. I mean, her legs went on forever. And so she didn't have stumpy legs, but what she was wearing made her look like she had stumpy legs.
That's crazy.
At the end of the day, because we worked together for a whole day, I went, do you still think you've got stumpy legs? She goes, no, I've got really good legs. So people don't look at themselves as they really are. And during my styling days, I will make them see themselves through my eyes.
That's so amazing.
And you had a great waist. Sorry, that's why, going back to the question, was you put a belt on, you got a great waist and really good proportions. Because
I always struggle, like, it's no secret, like, I've got planets of breasts that I have to deal with daily. Breasts. And I'm not sure I can't really say any other words apart from breasts, it's the safe one. But, like, I always struggle, like, obviously I'm wearing a vest and a blazer, but then I always struggle that I don't always want my figure to take over my outfits, and it's like the main thing you see. But then sometimes I'd then be in the wrong shirt and I'd look bigger than I am. Yes. So it's always a hard one for me. I'm like, what? How do I do this? Like,
and you can, sometimes you might want to be on show, and that's absolutely fine. It's
be on
lovely,
show,
be on show, But it's like when I work with clients, it's so what parts of you do you really like? So we then. When you show those off, you ignore the other bits. Nobody notices the other bits. Wherever the eye is drawn to, so I talk a lot about horizontal lines. So wherever there's a horizontal line or a break, that's where the eye is drawn to. So you've got a black top there. The eye is going to be drawn to that black line.
Get out the boobs.
So if you had a pink top there, and then you've got your necklace, sorry, I've got my microphone, then you've got your necklace, the eye is then drawn to the necklace. And not
so
this
fascinating.
So it's the same with, so people always say, where should I wear my skirts? Or skirt length. Again, you look for your sweet spot. Where do you go in? My knee goes in about here. So I then come out and I've got nice ankles. If I wear knee boots, they come up to my widest bit. You won't very often see me in knee boots. So that makes my legs look this wide all the way down. When I wear ankle boots, They come in, and if people are just listening to this, I come in because I've got a nice shaped calf and I've got nice ankles. So by wearing an ankle boot, that's where the eye is drawn to. If I wear a knee boot, it's drawn to my widest bit.
Little details that you don't even
It's actually
think
crazy.
about.
So with a bigger bust, and I get asked for tips about bigger busts all the time, you need to avoid anything finishing in line with your bust. So if you wear a top and the sleeve length finishes in line with your bust, so you always want to look, have you got a slimmer waist? If you have a slimmer waist, then the line has to finish on your waist. So if you've got a jacket, so a classic British shape is what I call a triangle, but what lots of people call a pear shape. If you wear a jacket that finishes on your widest bit, that's how wide you look. So you finish either below or above the widest bit. So I've got a jacket on today, which finishes right where my waist is.
But then when you say it, it's so, when I
It's
think of it,
obvious.
it's so obvious, yeah.
Isn't
it's not
everything obvious when you know?
Yeah. That's so crazy.
It's so it's interesting and also kind of makes me want to kick myself.
It's frustrating, yeah.
People who don't know this is one of Sarah's clients was my mum a couple of years ago, and there was a time where I was still staying with my family a couple of years ago, and Sarah was in the house styling my mum, and my mum coming in like mums do, you need a stylist, stop wearing black, I've got this amazing, when you're leave me alone, I can't even,
and it was
where
Sarah
would I even
this whole
start?
time.
And this whole
weird is that?
time I could have been being styled by you years ago.
I know.
And now I'm craving it, help me.
And your mum is lovely, and my clients, she'll still send me little photos. Go, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? And style is a journey.
Yeah,
everything's a journey.
Yeah, you've
but
got to be
style
ready
is-
for it.
I'm always trying new styles. I'm constantly developing because it's fun first of all, and the reason people want lots of fashion is because we get bored easily.
My personal style has changed so much.
And it will continue to change as your life changes.
Changes with work though, doesn't it? Because you need
Remember what I used to wear? Gold puffer jackets.
oversized.
Oversized everything.
It was
really
louder.
into my streetwear.
Yeah.
Everything was... A lot of people would describe me as quirky. That was my style.
Yeah.
You start working...
You need to always look professional.
And you want to look professional,
Yeah.
so you instantly think, oh, well, what's professional? Black. So I wear black all the time now. But actually, it's not me, and it's not a reflection of my personality.
But I also think that so you're still wearing a professional look, but you've got a nose ring and you've got a piercing up here. So you're still showing that you are quite individual and unique.
Yeah, I guess so.
And your eyelashes and, which obviously look amazing. So you're still showing your individuality, even though you may be a little bit more conforming in what you're actually wearing. You've still got that uniqueness. And jewelry, etc., will be able to show off that uniqueness. So you've still got that. I've worked with people who wear uniforms all day. Well, just wear red underwear. If you want to still feel
So
like
true.
you. If you still want to
It
feel
is
like you,
true,
but
yeah.
you literally can't have your nails done or anything else, then wear red underwear. Wear
But
something that
that's
makes
so
you feel good.
right though, because when you get a bra that you feel good in, you're no one even knows this bra I'm wearing, and it's the
and you
hottest
still
thing ever.
feel
and you
really
exude that
attractive.
energy.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
do.
Yes.
You do. But also when people ask me about doing presentations, for example, I would say don't wear new knickers. Knickers. Don't wear new underwear and don't wear shapewear because you'll be so uncomfortable. And don't necessarily even buy anything new to wear. Wear something tried and tested that you know you feel good in.
That's a good
because
point.
otherwise, and you
All our
have
wardrobe
no
malfunctions.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have no wardrobe malfunctions because you've worn it before and you're really comfortable in it. So, save the new stuff for when you've got time to try
That's such a
something
good
out.
point after we were on the phone with you last week about how
was
to
so
take my
funny.
boobs down in this backless dress.
Yeah.
No, because I wish we filmed it because me and Sophie stood in front of the mirror like Kate and Leo.
This is how it was. It was
and it's me
taping
holding
across.
it like this.
Scaffolding.
Honestly, scaffolding.
What What did you
I was
use
working
in the end?
overtime.
We used
We, I love the we. What, we
We.
or we?
it was a group effort.
effort.
No, because if I didn't have help, I wasn't going. But we
Did you use tape in the end?
It was
we
body
used
tape.
tape and then
Yes.
the nipple covers under the
covers.
tape.
Good, because yes, that's really important.
It's like when I felt the whole world shake when we took that off. It was like if the sound of a bikini wax.
Love
Duff
it.
duff.
Very
Oh.
good. Was it painful?
I just ripped it
it
off
off.
in
Rip
one
that
go.
plaster off.
I
Yeah.
couldn't even look.
No, because I've like knocked myself out
Yeah.
taking it
But
off.
Yeah.
fashion tape is a really good idea. So even if it's not about having a big bust, if you've got something that gapes or anything like that, just have a little bit of
Holds the
double-sided
fabric,
fashion tape.
yeah.
It will hold it to your skin, or it will hold it to itself or
Yeah.
to another piece of material. So it's
You
really
have so
good
much
thing.
knowledge
So
about
much knowledge.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, actually, one last thing before we wrap up is, what's the biggest misconception of hiring a personal stylist, do you think?
That it's one of the things was that you said earlier that they're going to style you like them.
Yeah.
Not take into account your personality. And they think it's for celebrities and
Yeah.
for, it really expensive. And it's really not expensive. I can change your shape and I can change your mindset about your own body and I can change your whole wardrobe in a day.
And at the end of the day, it's an investment, isn't it?
It's an
And it will
yeah.
really change
change
the
of
quality of
lifestyle.
your life.
Cheaper
Yeah.
than a boob job, put it that way. You could have
There you go.
Yeah, you could have 3 sessions
I
for
need one.
the price of a boob job. So, it really isn't. It is for anybody and everyone. It's an investment in yourself. You would think nothing if that was to pay for your children. Your children's school fees or just something for your children. You would not think twice about it. But as women, and I work with all women and men, but mainly between 45 and 65. And I think that's kind of when women start appreciating that they need to think about themselves more. Maybe the children are not as young,
Yeah,
obviously.
sort of like
But
fleeing the nest.
generally, well, or
Fleeing.
just at
Fleeing
45,
from their
not so
homes.
much.
Deciding
I
to
don't know.
leave.
Yeah, no,
Running away.
absolutely. So I think that women generally get. I'm hoping it's younger because what younger women are thinking about aesthetics and all sorts of things. So hopefully they will start thinking about what they're wearing at some stage. But when you're younger, you just want to try everything. And to be honest, just try everything.
Yeah.
And then get the understand the basics about yourself.
So amazing. Like, I want you just to come and go through my wardrobe. Be like,
No.
right, you got 40 pairs of pajamas.
Literally.
Editing in sweat. Get rid. Time to get out.
I love it. But you know what? That's fine. If you're comfortable doing that and you're editing and you're just doing your chill out clothes, that's fine. And there's usually one part of the wardrobe that people get stuck on. Whether it's, dressing up, dressing down, and usually that's their style personality.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. I could literally
So
talk about
welcome.
this for like 12 days.
Hours.
Great.
Yeah.
How's that half an hour? It's gone by like that.
Can't believe it.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and thank you for coming on, Sarah.
Pleasure.
As always. I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of Sarah more. And obviously, like a big help from Sarah is Sarah got us in our suits for our podcast.
Very true.
Very true.
And you look amazing.
Thank you.
So the public will be thanking you because they're like, break for the pajamas, let's get you some suits. But no, absolute pleasure having you on, and thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.